Russian royal family in 1918, some did escape to Britain, and members of the Romanov clan are still alive and well.
My father was the eldest nephew of Nicholas II. Pa came out in 1919 with his father and his first wife. He came out from Odessa and got out on a British warship called HMS Forsyth. And they went to Paris to drum up support for the White Russian Army. Pa didn't talk to me enough about the past, and when I went back in '98 for the Tsar's funeral to see the places, it had a feeling of home. It was extraordinary. It's in the genes. But I realised about the ancestors from a very young age, but because you're brought up with all that, and in my case being a princess, although when I was little I used to say to my mother, please don't call me princess, and when I was at finishing school I made her write Miss Olga Romanoff, which they thought was rather stupid. That is my mother, done by a Russian artist before she got married. Apparently London was awash with Russian princes between the wars. See? Yes, I know, and I know you've done something disagreeable. That's why you're all sort of humble. We'll find it shortly. Try not to walk in anything like the poor man did yesterday. Over there is a painting of my grandmother and her twin sister, my mother's mother, the Finns. Now, Russia ruled Finland in those days, and underneath they're in national costume, but actually not Finnish. It's part of Russia. Though I can't remember what costume they're wearing, but it's not actually Finnish costume. But they were debutantes and presented at court in St. Petersburg to my great-great-grandfather, not knowing that one day the families would be united, which is quite strange. There is Queen Alexandra as a young girl. Over there is Alexander II with his attractive blue hair. I thought he needed a bit of a makeover. This is Irina, who is my father's elder sister. Irina, at the age of 18, married a man called Felix Yusupov. Now, Felix was one of the two that murdered Rasputin, but this is before he murdered Rasputin. He'd been in Oxford, and he batted both sides. He was very beautiful, but his best claim to fame was he was a transvestite. Anyway, they had a blissfully happy marriage, and when he was too old to do it himself, she put his makeup on for him. She used the smell of Gouloise and Chanel, and she was hilarious. She did wonderful caricatures for me when I was sort of sitting on my pot. Of course, my father jabbered away in Russian to all his family, but he never spoke Russian to me or my mother, so I never learned to speak Russian, which is quite sad. Apart from Russian blood, I haven't actually felt a strong link to the new Russians, but they are people I would very much like to meet, because I read about them all the time, like they maybe sometimes read about me, and it would be really nice to bridge the gap.
Sweet, right.